C.
Okay.
Although we were just 16, I know I like to feel, hoping that I might as well see you back again. Won't you try me, baby, try me, yeah. Won't you try me again? Won't you try me, baby, try me, Lord. Won't you try me again? Da 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 da. Thinking about those times we said, and feeling like it's changed, and hoping that I might as well feel like I'd be there. Oh, won't you try me, try me? Won't you try me, try me? Won't you try me again? Won't you try me, baby, try me, won't you try me again? All right.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
I love that song.
I love the voice, yeah.
Gotta tune that string there.
You're so versatile, Big Mo. Man, you'll sound like B.B. King one minute, another song, and you sound like just beautiful Southern kind of soul stuff too.
I love that Southern. That's kind of where I come from.
Phil and Getty and another guy, he put the two names together, David Capanetti, and so he auditions for Spinal Tap, and the other actors didn't want him, but he went to Rob Reiner and said, listen, I'm the real deal. And as it turned out, he had one of the most famous lines in the movie. And at the very end, they say, you know, what's your philosophy on life? And he says, to have a good time all the time. And so for years, when you would go on any tour bus, you know, Van Halen, Aerosmith, you name it, everybody played the Spinal Tap thing. The irony of that when they did their target markets and they went out and they previewed the film, people were going like, hey man, why didn't you use Black Sabbath? So they thought it was like a real thing, and they did such a great job. But on top of that, they actually got the bug. So they practice now, and they're actually very, very good live. But unfortunately for Dave and Rick Parnell was the drummer. And we all used to write and record together. And when I had my publishing deal with Warner Brothers, David and I would ride together twice a month. And we shared a flat there in West Hollywood. And that's how we made a living, was just doing sessions. And God, I can go back to those days and really laugh. You know, cassette recordings. We had a cassette.
8-track cassette recorders.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh yeah. I could fall in with my cassette and my Korg and do my sequencing and stuff. But yes, and to come full circle on that thought, David Capanetti, and he's a phenomenal classical pianist.
All right.
And David, the guy in Spinal Tap, his claim to fame is he is actually in one of those time capsules because he played on the Chuck Berry London Live sessions of Chuck Berry in 1975. Wow. And some great stories, but yeah, I have those Spinal Tap moments. I think we all do, don't we?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you
I'm having one right now sitting here with you guys, man.
Absolutely, it's an 11, and don't touch it. Don't even look at it.
Well, I wanted to
work with Roy Siegel, who was a head engineer over at CBS in San Francisco. And around 1980, I got a publishing deal there at Fantasy. And that sort of started the whirlwind of, being in a professional recording studio, dealing with arrangers and other professional writers. And Roy, at that few years later, hooked me up with Marty Cohen and Herbie Herbert. Marty did the Doobie Brothers, and Herbie did Journey and Steve Miller. Some really fabulous guys. And that's how we got our record. We toured and stuff, the band broke up, but in the meantime, I've been a writer, and that's how I got access to so many wonderful musicians, because of the writing. My writing career was launched there at Fantasy Records in Berkeley.
Fantasy Records is among many people the Creedence Clearwater Revival recorded.
Yes,
some of
and
their
they
stuff
also
there.
did movies there, and they Fantasy has an incredible legacy. They own all the Blue Note, all the jazz stuff, all that incredible jazz stuff. And so the original guy who was managing Creedence at the time was also a filmmaker and a producer, someone who was into the arts. And their first successful movie was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Ah, that was a great one.
Yeah, that was a great movie. And so that sort of launched Fantasy into the film industry. And it's kind of funny, Jack Nicholson and the other guy who was sort of anonymous at the time was Michael Douglas. He produced that film with Saul Zaentz, and Saul was, of course, the president of Fantasy and the manager of Creedence.
All right. And one more thing I wanted to say before we talk to Big Mo a little bit more is you also co-wrote the big hit for Eddie Money, I Want to Go Back, right?
Yeah, I played bass in Eddie's band, believe it or not, for 5 years. Yeah, I have a sort of, I'm pretty well known in the Bay Area music scene as a bass player, writer, and I played bass in Eddie's band. But the success of Billy Satellite and my writing career was taking off, so it's sort of a catch-22. Do I stay and back up Eddie, or do I take the brave Indian scout leap? So, of course, I took the latter and took the leap and did my own thing. But that's, I Want to Go Back is a song that was actually first recorded with Billy Satellite, and of course my connection with Eddie and stuff has allowed me to have him hear the record and sort of dig it. And so it's been pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Well, and one of the things that I was talking to Big Mo about earlier out in the studio was when you played the Monterey Blues Festival numerous times, and that's where I'm from, and I grew up in that very neighborhood where the Monterey Fairgrounds is located. And I saw so many great acts, and I was one of the gifts of growing up there. And that was a prestigious deal. I mean, didn't you win the...
Yeah, I won the Battle of the Blues competition there, and which launched a lot of things for us, which was a lot of fun. But I actually, when I first moved here from Germany, I started playing music a couple years later again after trying to, make a living somehow. And I did a little recording of a song, and I sent it into the Monterey Bay Blues Festival people, and they called me right up and got me my first show there. Which was really, I was kind of shocked, to tell you the truth. And we showed up and did the show. They invited us the next 3 years, and they wanted us to do the competition thing. We won that, and then played another show. So we did 5 years in a row, and it was like a family there. It was awesome. I had so much fun there. It's a great venue. I hope so too. I called up after the 5th year and said what's up? And they said, well, we got a new board, and we decided to let somebody else play once in a while too. We can't have the same act all the time, so I understand that.
I happened to know Freddie Davis, who
was
okay. President for a long time. He passed away, I know, a few years ago, so that may have had something.
Yeah, they shifted, and I understand that they don't want to have the same act all the time. But we had a great time running, and I really missed their fried chicken there, because that was one of the greatest reasons to go there. Was that booth there, that booth right next to the president's stage, that fried chicken there. I tell you something. Willie's.
And there's a booth there too where I used to always get catfish, red beans, and rice.
Oh yeah, that was there. Yeah, right next to that one. Yeah. That's the only place where I had fried chicken for breakfast, was at the Monterey Blues Festival.
Fried chicken and beer, right?
Fried chicken and eggs over easy.
It's one of the most prestigious gigs in the world, isn't it? I mean, next to Montreux Jazz Festival and the Monterey.
Yeah, I was very fortunate.
Jazz Festival and Blues Festival.
Start wondering, honey, what's gonna take